जय श्री माता जी। हम सब श्री माता जी के श्री चरणों पर प्रणाम करके बंधन लेंगे। We will all bow down to the lotus feet of Shri Mataji and take bandhan. तीन महामंत्र और श्री गणेश मंत्र। अब हम संतुलन करेंगे। अपना बायां हाथ श्री माता जी की ओर और दाहिना हाथ भूतत्व की ओर रखेंगे। We place our left hand towards Sri Mataji and right hand on the Mother Earth. Sri Mataji, please cleanse our left channel. श्री माताजी, कृपा करके हमारे ईड़ा नाड़ी को पूरी तरह से शुद्ध और निर्मल कीजिए। धीरे से दाहिने हाथ को श्री माताजी की ओर और बाएं हाथ को आकाश की ओर रखेंगे। We'll slowly keep our right hand towards Sri Mataji and left hand towards the sky. Sri Mataji, please cleanse our right channel. श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमारे पिंगला नाड़ी को शुद्ध और निर्मल कीजिए। धीरे से दोनों हाथ श्री माता जी की ओर। We'll place both the hands towards Sri Mataji. Sri Mataji, please bring us into balance and please establish us in thoughtless awareness. श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमें वर्तमान में स्थापित कीजिए और हमें निर्विचारिता में स्थित कीजिए। इसी ध्यान की अवस्था में हम श्री माता जी की अमृतवाणी सुनेंगे. We will now listen to the Amritvani of Sri Mataji in this state of meditation.
That you must have a style which people understand and a kind of a proper behavior. Just giving them some lecture on administration and how to influence. No. It's for every one of you. How to influence others. You see, how to actually by not influencing others, you influence others. Art lies in hiding art. There should be no deliberations exposed about it. And if you understand how to do that, काय पाहिजे?
पिवळा ब्लाऊज ह्याच्यात नाही
हां?
पिवळा ब्लाऊज
हां,
एकच येतो
धुवून टाका ना.
तो देऊ ना
तो आहे ना, तो धुवून टाक.
हा धुवून टाकते नाही आता त्यातले ते
हां?
साडी नेसायचा
हां?
पिवळा जो आता आपण नेसणार आहे ना संध्याकाळी किंवा काल नेसला होता
हां.
घातला होता ब्लाऊज
हां.
तो एकच आहे दुसरा नाही आहे पिवळा
पण धुवून टाका ना तो.
धुवून टाकू
हां. इस्त्री करून घ्या, पण त्याला हलकी इस्त्री लागते. कुठला नाही तरी चालेल म्हणा, त्याला बसतो इस्त्री केली तरी. हा नेसणार नाही आहे, हो मी नाही नेसणार आहे, हा राहू द्या, त्याचा काही संबंध नाही. सो सी इशू
त्या साडीवर कुठला लागेल माणसाला?
मी ती नेसणारच नाही आहे, पिवळी नेसणार नाही साडी मी.
अहो,
मी
तेच
पांढरी नेसणार जी काल नेसली होती. काल मी जी नेसली
अच्छा, अच्छा, ती.
so tila is the now so while talking to someone also, even if you don't understand what they're talking, you are understanding, you're listening what they're telling you. It may be absurd, this thing, that. Now when you have to deal, say, about 3 persons or 5 persons or 10 persons, then you have to understand that you should always try to create a good feeling among them. Between them. Like supposing now I would like you to marry, say Maggie, for example, take a position. Then I will tell you about her, what she is, in a way that will not hurt you, not hurt her, but prepare you. Because later on you may hear about her that somebody was saying so and mother never told. So in a way, in a very gentle way, you should say, see, she has little of this thing, but it's all right. She can be very, very gentle and manage it. And it depends on you how you manage. And then, so that he feels informed, knowledgeable about a person, and also responsible about it, that now it's my responsibility. So to make people responsible is also a very important part of administration. If you start doing every work yourself, then people will never share your work. They will never do anything. Now, to make them responsible, the best way is by rewarding them. You must reward them. If somebody has done good work, oh, you've done such a good work, but not directly like that, in a very indirect manner, you must reward that person. Not only in words, but in kind also. You can do it in kind, small things. You see, like I'll tell you an example of Rajesh. Rajesh is very sweet and doesn't need anything. I mean, he's such a rich man. What can I give him? But once he had taken me somewhere, and he had these Swiss knives, Swiss pen knife, and he gave it to the driver to cut fruit or something. And then it vanished. His wife got very angry, see, with him, because he couldn't bear this fellow cheating him like this. We took him to the police station and all that. But he couldn't get it. The driver had managed it, you see. It was a taxi, so he was very angry with the driver. So I saw that. I said, let it be. It's all right, doesn't matter. Next time when I went to India, I took a very nice knife for him. When he saw it, he just melted away. He said, Mother, how did you remember? I said, you were so upset at that. He said, not because of the knife as such, but because of the way this fellow cheated me. But they won't be neutralized, you see, and he was, so little things if you watch of a person, uh, it's very sweet. Like, I'll tell you about Gregor. Once we went to a shop to buy some saris. For myself, I was buying some saris. And I thought I bought quite a lot now. And I liked one sari very much. But I didn't buy it. I thought it was too much money. I shouldn't waste on this one. It will not be needed or whatever it is. I gave it up. And next day, Gregor got that sari as a present to me. And really, I treasured that sari. I remember. Or, you see, every incident can be made into some sort of a very valid thing. You can say like a puja, we can call it. But like a very valid thing. That, oh, this was. So all these things make a difference in an organization where you are working. Little things like that. Also, they should feel that you are responsible for them in an organization. Very important. I'll say, like, once in my husband's office, this one fellow joined another organization, and he told not to join another organization, but he joined it because there was more money. And when he went there, he found it was all a very horrible thing. There was nothing good happening, only except for the money. He was very unhappy there, so wanted to come back. When he came back, see, my husband was very annoyed. He said, "I told you not to go there. Why did you go? And what was the need to do such a thing? Now I cannot take it back." So the fellow came to me. I don't know why he thought of it, but he came to me. He told me, "This is what has happened, but I want to come back to shipping corporation, and I have made some mistakes. I think I have made a big mistake. That Mr. Srivastava is somehow or other is angry with me, he doesn't want to take it." So when Mr. Srivastava came home, I said that he came to see me. "Oh, so he came to see you, as if you are my boss." And he got very angry. So he said he wants to join your organization. I think you should give a consideration to him. He said, "Why did you come to him?" I said he thought I am more forgiving than you are, perhaps. That put him right. He said, "What do you mean? I can be forgiving too." I said, "Then forgive him." These are the tricks, you see, which I have natural, but you can imbibe also, not difficult to impress others. Such little things make a difference, you see. When they are sick, you must look after them, find out if their children are sick, if their wives are sick. You should be concerned and you should be identified. In an organization, you must treat it like a family, absolutely like a family. What's wrong with her? Is she all right? Do you need any help? This thing, that thing. Send sometimes the flowers if the husband is sick or wife is sick, or about the children, make inquiries. All these things mean a lot. But while normally people, what they do, on a Christmas Day the most, they might send a card or something. But you can have in the organization proper card system, you sign them yourself, and one line somewhere in the thing, if you know something, "I hope your wife is all right, I hope your children are all right, or if you know the wife, please convey my regards to her." There's no need to make them drink like fish, but it's more to make them feel that they are loved and they are liked in the organization, they are very important, this kind of thing. Even a suggestion like, say, changing a position of a person. Now supposing, now if I want now Christine to be the leader in America and Gregor to be there to handle, but not to interfere with Christine. I said, "Gregor, see now, she's there, she's handling people better, she knows them, people have love and respect. Suddenly you are a new person going there, so I don't want Anil be her husband. So as it is, you are one of the world leaders. You should have nothing to do with the local staff." He understood it. But I said, "You don't talk anything there now, you keep quiet." It would not have worked out. That he knows that very well, that he is that way, one of the world leaders, and we have Warren like that. Some of you have come up like that anywhere in the whole world you can go and do anything you like. Like I would say, Rajesh is another one who is coming up. But unless and until you make proper arrangements, you should not shift a person, certainly. You should try to see that this person suddenly shifted won't be all right. But you must also find out if you really want to shift the person or not. If you are uncertain, better keep it hanging. See, time is the best way to allow things to happen like this. You see, allow a little time to pass on. Give a little hint to a person. You see, people are complaining what to do, I would like you to help me out like that. So that he also thinks that you have given him sufficient time to improve, you know. But if you don't give any time and you just tell a person, now you get out, he will become your enemy. But on the contrary, you say, I'm sorry, but these people are such, they are trying to, you see, trouble us and trouble me all the time, and I don't know what's wrong with them, but see, please take care and all that. It works out. People take it, you see, they understand that you are responsible for yourself and that I am putting that responsibility on them. That is how it should be worked out. There's a shop in Lucknow, he makes very good sweets, very famous for sweets, you see. And now his father is gone, but the son is sitting in his big stomach, he has got there, he's sitting there. And everybody goes there to shop to buy. You cannot take a car, you have to walk quite a long distance. Now his trick is such, which I have noticed that, what he will do, that he will take your first order, then he said, all right, this. Then you are sitting there, and you say, what are you doing? Why don't you give her things? She has been sitting for such a long time. She tell me, look at these people, you see, they just go on taking so much time of people. Now, I hope you don't have to go by the aeroplane just now. I said, no, I'm all right, it's all right. So, and an apology all the time, you see. So, then he said, now why not taste some of these things I made specially? Just try. So you eat something, all right, give me this also more. Like that. He goes on, you see, giving time. And then after some time, then he'll say, oh, now look at these people, how horrid they are. They don't know how to finish the work. Hey, what are you doing there? Why don't you give some sweets to the lady? She has to go now. Why are you taking so much time? I'm sorry, but will you take this till then they bring it? So he gives something else. So you say, all right, you make this. By the time you go from there, all your money is finished and you have bought all the sweets of the shop. And that's the trick you play. And then after some time you discover it. And you say that I know all these tricks, now will you please give me whatever I want, then he'll give you. So what I'm saying, but a relationship of sweetness and this thing develops when you see that a person, how sweetly he's selling his things, products to us. On the contrary, this is my product. If you want, you have it. Otherwise, get out. That's all right. You get out first. The whole attitude of selling is now turning back to a proper relationship between the person who wants to sell, seller, and the purchaser. It's just the relationship that works, not the product. Let the product go to hell. Nobody is bothered about the product. Of course, I mean, if you just cheat them is all right. But between A, B, C, D, E, if you have 5 products, people will take, and they are equally about the same, equally good, then people will go to the organization which is sensible, which receives people sensibly, respects them, and delivers the thing in time, and I think that is not so useless. Of course, you must find out what is the good in the other organization, what they are having and what they are selling. You should find out. That is important. And why people like that. But mostly I have seen what works out is nothing but your relationship with the customer. But also your relationship in the office should be good. That's both the things should work out. Relationship must be good. First of all, your personality should be good. I was telling you, see, people who wear the fashionable dresses in the office cannot be good administrators. Cannot. Because, you see, they become a little loose and people start taking advantage of a loose personality. But you should be tight, in the sense, wear an official dress. Always. People have an awe. I was telling you, supposing a cook wears, a lady cook wears a swimming dress, nobody will like it, will they? In the same way, this new idea, like, you see, now in the office, people will call everybody, the driver will call the boss, Tom, how are you? Then, no respect. It starts like that. If the boss takes, say, drugs or something, like in India they take what you call tobacco, is a tobacco they eat. So what happens, even a peon goes to the boss. And the boss says, have you got a little bit of? Yes, yes, yes. So he takes out his own and gives it. Finished. The whole relationship is finished. So at that time, if you're taking drugs, if you take drinks or anything, whatever behavior habits you have are really detrimental. But try to curb them. But even if you cannot, you do not expect your subordinates to support that. No one likes cheap type of jokes and things. But you see the subordinates, they pass a cheap type of joke and they think they are popular. They are not. Popularity is to be gained by aloofness and singleness, not by just becoming like them. Like another incident I'll give you that in CP's office there was a lady who came in a jean, you see, and CP called her. He said, Madam, I will not have this. You can wear trousers or you can wear something sensible dress but not this jean. She said, no, but sir, my work these days are good. Yes, it's all right. You can wear it on the streets, you can wear it in the house, you can wear it anywhere, but not in the office. She said, no sir, it cannot be so. He said, all right, then will you please resign? I won't have it. And she started wearing proper dress. Because that really makes a difference. You see, always a dress makes a difference for proper articulation. Absolutely will see that. Now yesterday I didn't have a white sari, just imagine. They never put any white saris for my program. So I said, now I always wear a white sari for my program, but I had this one, with the white with the red border. It makes a difference. If I had worn some other sari, it would not have. But supposing I am coming to see you, what sari I wear has an effect on you. Oh, mother wore this sari while coming, you see, just to breathe. It's like your light. You see that your dress, your behavior is like your light. Whatever you are inside shows out with that. And all these compromises that people are having nowadays is spoiling the administration. You must keep to yourself, you must keep to your position. Like now, there are, in the offices I've seen people answer back. You see, your own people will sit down and answer back. But if you see a Japanese firm, one person will speak, nobody else will also talk. When this one person asks them a question, he says, otherwise he doesn't speak. A kind of a absolutely immediate exists between them. Now what they do, the trick is like this. Before going to any program and all that, he'll call all these 5 people. This is what we are going to discuss. Now, you are to say this and you are to say this. And when I ask you this, you have to say, it's already decided. Nobody is free to talk in the presence of others. All the freedom is before God. We do the same with our children when Indians have to go to somebody's house. Now, they'll tell the children, when you go there, you are not to ask for anything. You should not touch anything there. You are not to eat much or say no to that. Even if you have to eat, take very little. And then, before going, you must say thank you. When you go there, you must say namaskar. All these things are taught in the house first of all. Otherwise, next time will not teach. So, by that thing, you see, what happens that they are already born. Actually, they are knowledgeable what to do. Supposing you take 5 people, come along for a meeting, sit down there. Then they start arguing among themselves in the same organization they do. Now, for example, now, Sahajogis in the beginning used to do the same. I have seen that. They would argue with me in the presence of others and it created a problem. So I had to tell them, now in the presence of others, don't argue. If you want to tell me, you tell me. And between them, to create a good feeling, you see, no sense of jealousies or anything. But jealousy is another thing that plays very much among your own people. So you have to tell that everybody has their own job, everything has to be done, and is to be done well, and we are all together, we are one. There's no question of having this hand, having a jealousy with this, but you are on the left hand, you are on the right hand. All right, do your right hand work, and you do your left hand work, and the whole thing will work out. The whole organization has to come up. If the organization goes up, we'll all get the advantage. So always build them up into a religion as far as the organization is concerned. If we all work out well, if we have more more profits, we'll have better bonuses. So, innately, perhaps maybe I understand your Kundalini very well. Innately, I know how to deal with it. Innately. Now, sometimes you have to say about someone, say I may say about you to him, that you see, look after him and do this. Maybe he's rather careless. He won't understand what I've told, and he might just say, mother was saying so. So I have to warn him. Just say yourself, otherwise you won't have any effect. If I have to tell him, I can tell him directly why I'm telling you. But all these things must be made clear before he speaks. Because once he's done it, then what's the use? Then if he comes to your explanation to you, you should be prepared to say, tell him why you had to tell him. And I didn't tell you directly. So that the another person who has tried to be stupid is put into his own place. And your relations remain ordered. So relationships are to be maintained good by your own dignity, your own sense of respect of yourself, and the respect of others. You see, as you treat yourself, you treat others. But first you have no respect for yourself, how can you have respect for others? And I personally think that, you see, this fashion business, that this is very fashionable, that is very fashionable, is a beggarish stuff. You see, it's beggarish. The beggars who create the fashion in democracy. Democratic countries, you see, another, I say, found out, is a left-sided stuff. And when they create a fashion, what happens? That, say, there are 10 beggars who have nothing. So what 10 people start wearing dress like that. And even a rich man will start behaving like that. So it is in the same way there are 10 stupid fools, idiots. They behave like idiots. So even an intelligent man thinks something wrong with him. So in a democracy you have to be like the rest of them. So you start behaving like an idiot. Yes, it's true. I mean, like I've seen some very senior people, sensible people, cracking very dirty jokes. And the reason is, you see, when they came to England, they found everybody talking like that. So they thought, am I something different with me? Oh, I'm also like you. So they will crack a joke. So they stooped down. You see, you don't have to stoop down. You have to rise higher to attract. This is the difference. To stoop down to their level or to rise higher. But while rising higher, you should not suggest that you are rising higher, create any jealousy or kind of a feeling that this one thinks well of himself. But in a very gentle manner, you should show that you are higher than them. Then only they will follow. Otherwise they will not. If you are lower than them or of their style, why will they follow? Many people do these things. I mean, it's such a common thing in the West. They have lost their sense at all. But in other countries, like say, any country which is a fascist country or a communist country where they are right-sided, what they do, they build up their own images. I would say even Japan is the same. They have their own images. The leader is a leader. You see, you cannot talk to him. If you have to talk to him, you have to talk in this manner. There's a system of that kind. And you cannot behave like this. But the leader himself has a projection of a personality where he treats everyone like a father. But here the father behaves like a child comes and says, I want some drink. So the father pours some whiskey and gives it to his son. Finished. That's relationship is finished. As soon as you try to come to the level of your child, you're finished. They must know, there should be a no. That's a part you have to play. You should be very friendly, you should be kind, you should be everything. But you must know you are a father, out and out. Otherwise children will never respect you. In the same way in any organization it happens. You must keep that distance. For example, I would never like anybody to call me by name at all, never. But in the office or something, I don't like someone to call me by name. So I'll call others, say in an office or so, I'll say Mr. CP's driver also, I say Mr. to him. He dare not call me by name.
In school it's become a fashion that the students call me with my name.
That's it. They have no respect. They have no respect.
All teachers.
Should I go downstairs and see whether the bell is finished already?
Fine.
I don't think so.
Is there somebody who has come?
Well, I heard the bell ringing.
All right, go and have a look. Then I'll
See.
go and see. It's 11 o'clock now. Exactly. Now let Gregor listen to the first part of it. Let's see what he has to say.
जय श्री माता जी। श्री माता जी, आज के ध्यान के लिए आपके श्री चरणों पर कोटि कोटि प्रणाम। थैंक यू श्री माता जी फॉर टुडेज मॉर्निंग। Thank you Shri Mataji for today's evening meditation in this blissful state. We will all bow down to Shri Mataji and take बंधन। हम सब श्री माता जी के श्री चरणों पर प्रणाम करके बंधन लेंगे।